What's hiding in your mudroom reveals the truth about yourself. Have you ever wondered what your mudroom says about you? From the cluttered chaos to organized oasis, our mudrooms often reveal more about our personalities, our habits, our lifestyles than we think. And this video, we're diving into the surprising truths that our mudroom might be hiding about you. From the state of your storage to the secrets, what's not servicing you in your business, it reveals a lot. So get ready to uncover the unexpected stories your mudroom is telling about your life. So are you ready to face the truth and discover what's hiding in your mudroom? It's the entrance to your home, your business, and your life. See, this week, we're talking about that one thing. Now, we talked about the thing that was hiding in the garage, but today, what if the one thing holding your business back isn't the economy, it isn't your marketing, it isn't your team, but it's something that you've been quietly avoiding for years? It's the thing that we just don't talk about. It's the thing that we pretend is not there. You know what I'm talking about? It's that junk that we toss into the mudroom of our minds. We slam the door shut and we just hope that it stays shut. See, our brains have this weird habit of clinging to unfinished business. There's a psychological reason for this, though, and it's called the Zeigarnik effect. Yeah, the Zeigarnik effect. It's why our minds get stuck on incomplete tasks and unresolved arguments. I don't know about you, but when I was going through all of the things that I was going through last year and even into this year, it's like my mind won't shut off at night. It's because of those incomplete tasks, the unresolved arguments. They have more, we focus on those more so than actually the finished things that we've done. That's the effect. See, they become open loops. They haunt us, replaying the conversations in our minds, making us second guess ourselves and just draining our mental energy. I had to get to a point where when I couldn't sleep, I would have to do a download, a dump. So get a piece of paper by your bed and start writing it down. That's one little tip. But anyway, I digress. It isn't just this quirky brain fact, the reason I'm bringing it up. It's a silent killer to your peace and your progress. So in this video, I want to help you figure out what's lurking in your own mental mudroom and give you a simple faith-centered way to finally clean it out for good. What would life look like for you if you cleared the mental clutter? What if I told you that in the next 10 minutes or so, I'll give you the tools to regain your peace and increase your productivity? Time's wasting, so let's go. Let's talk about that mudroom. See, every house has one, right? It's that little space where you drop off the muddy boots and the wet coat and the heavy bags before you walk into a clean, peaceful part of your home. It's a room designed for the mess. But what happens when you never, ever clean it out? I know, I'm allergic to cleaning and allergic to average and allergic to mediocrity and allergic to just surviving, allergic to struggling. You're right. But when the mud from yesterday, last week, and last year just keeps piling up, eventually it starts to stink. The clutter spills out. It tracks filth into every other room in the house, and we need to get it right. See, your mind, your heart, your spirit, they have a mudroom too. It's where you drop your fears, your unresolved hurts, your limiting beliefs, and all of our secrets and insecurities. It's where we hide the parts of ourselves that we don't want anyone else to see. And for so many of us as entrepreneurs, especially those trying to build a business that is going to honor God, that cluttered mudroom is the secret source of our anxiety, our procrastination, and our feeling of being stuck. Am I talking to you now? See, this just isn't bad habits. It's the baggage from the past that we accidentally bake right into the foundation of our companies. You're an imposter. You don't know what you're doing. You're so afraid of failing that you unconsciously make choices that lead you there because deep down you don't feel like you deserve to succeed. It starts in that mudroom. It's the fear is the real obstacle. not the failure itself. So let's talk about the true cost of a cluttered mudroom. See, my mudroom, I kind of indicated a little bit. Some would put it under the umbrella of the fear of not being enough. It's a broad umbrella, but let me just tell you where I fall. It's that deep down belief that I had to do it all myself, that asking for help was a sign of weakness or a place of disappointment because usually people didn't come through. On the other side, or on the outside, I should say, my business, I was building it. But on the inside, I was suffocating. See, the fear of failure is going to force you to play small. If you're trying to just do it alone, it's going to keep you shackled to what's comfortable, but holding you back from ever growing and reaching your highest potential. If you're relying just on you, it's a setup for burnout. You're limited by your own understanding and your own strategies, and it's surely a big time waster and a profit diminisher because time is money. You either spend time or you spend money. So a cluttered mudroom creates this constant low-grade anxiety that steals your peace. It's your ego telling you that once everything is perfect, then you will find peace. But your spirit knows the truth. You got to start with the peace, and then everything else will fall into place. When you're hiding who you really are, whether it's out of fear or out of shame, it's going to wreck your self-esteem and your belief in your own goals. You won't think you can accomplish. And this constant stress doesn't just kill your confidence, it also poisons your relationships and sometimes your home life too. So you start putting off the very tasks that would move your business forward. You know, the things that move the needle, you start moving paper clips around and not getting done the things that are going to move your business. It's not just because you're lazy, it's because you're terrified of the outcome. You might call it a fear of technology, I just can't do that, or I have a lack of resources when honestly, it's usually a fear of failure in disguise. You don't make the sales call because you're scared of rejection. You don't pick up the phone and ask for that opportunity to be on somebody's stage because you're afraid they're going to say no. This self-sabotage is your brain's weird way of trying to protect you. It's trying to shield you from this potential disappointment. So it torpedoes your success before anything can hurt you. And for faith-based entrepreneurs, the cost is even higher. That clutter isn't just mud. It's a spiritual barrier. It's the pride that tells you that you have all the answers, which blocks you from the humility of you really asking God, give me your wisdom, your knowledge, and your understanding, because I don't know what I am doing here. It's the fear around your business or that surrounds your business, when you refuse to surrender to it and to surrender to God and really making him the CEO of your business, you end up building a business that reflects your fears instead of one that reflects your faith. And the tragedy is that God often uses business to grow us, to stretch us, and to shape us into the person that he created us to be. So when we let our mudroom stay cluttered, we're not just stalling our business, we're fighting against God's work in our lives. Are you now ready to clean out your mudroom for good? All right, so how do we start the cleaning? This isn't a massive one and done kind of purge that we're going to do. It's about building a new rhythm of personal and spiritual growth. It's a 3-step process: self-reflection, honest audit, and intentional elimination. First up, let's get to that self-reflection and that spiritual practice. See, you can't clean a room that you won't walk into. A lot of times we close the door and we just pretend like it's not there. We just keep throwing stuff in. No, not going to work. You have to be willing to open the door to your mudroom, turn on the light, and just sit in the mess for a minute. For us, that starts with prayer. It starts with either journaling. It's also getting into the scripture. And this isn't passive. It's an active invitation for God to show you your blind spots. Remember the garage? We talked about the blind spots. You're going to ask some real questions as you journal. God, what am I holding on to that's weighing me down? Where am I not being my true self? What fears or beliefs are out of line with what you've also called me to do? Because see, prayer is a two-way street. So we're asking God and he answers. And I tell the story, go listen to my story where I asked God why I was not having the success of my business that I was getting for other people, and see what he told me. That's at God's waiting room that I tell you about. You have to be still and then listen. This practice gives you the self-awareness that you need to align your actions with the true goals. Now, I've got some resources for you on this. There's a prayer playlist that I have, and I'm going to link it above, as well as the crown adjusting affirmations playlist. Link that too, so that you can listen to those things. But don't just let it be passive. Be actively involved and write things down. But if you're willing to go deeper, Unleash Your Crown Challenge is one that I have. It's on my website. You can either do it on your own or you can do it with me. But let's just jump into that. Was just number one. You got to do the self-reflection. But number two, be honest. An honest audit. And some might say a brutally honest. This is where you get practical. So what I want you to do is grab a piece of paper, and I want you to write down every reoccurring frustration in your life and in your business. What tasks do you always avoid? What conversations give you anxiety so that you don't have them? What people or commitments drain your energy instead of filling you up? What you're looking for here is patterns. Maybe you realize that every time there is a big opportunity that comes your way, you start getting sick, or you pick a fight with your partner or with a friend. It's not a coincidence, beloved. It's not. It's a self-sabotaging pattern. This is also when you can ask for feedback from a trusted mentor, me, or a friend who can see what you can't. Blind spot. Humility is going to open you up to wisdom. That's number two. But number three, intentional elimination. See, once you've identified the clutter, you have to actively get rid of it. This means letting go of perfectionism, because done is better than perfect, as well as the shame that comes with it. Oh, I didn't finish everything on my to-do list. See, feeling muddy, as we call it, or unclear, is a normal part of growing. It's a chance to get clean. You have to challenge and replace the limiting beliefs with truth. See, Jesus said this in the wilderness. He says, "It is written," and you've got to do the same. So when the thought of "I'm not good enough" pops up into your mind, you have to actively replace it with the truth of God's word. God says that I am enough, that he has blessed me with all spiritual blessings, even in heavenly places. I am the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. Yes, you have to replace it with scripture. This also applies to your business. If a strategy feels forced, or even just wrong, taking advantage of somebody, you have to either simplify it or get rid of it. And this is the big step. All right. You have to also set and enforce boundaries. Set and enforce boundaries in order to protect your time as well as your energy. You have to say no to things that don't line up with what God's specific mission is for you. Now, this process of cleaning out the mudroom is deeply personal, and it's not something that you have to do alone, and you really shouldn't. In fact, one of the most powerful things that you can do is to try to drag our struggles into the light, and we have to do that. And I love the way Dr. Cindy Trim says it, let there be light. Because when I ask God for light, I ask him to show me the things that are in my pathway, the obstacles that I need to overcome. I ask him to show me the resources that I have at my fingertips. I need light. So I have a challenge for you. In the comments below, I want you to share a piece of your mud, if you would. Things that you really are ready to get clean out. It could be a fear, it could be a bad habit, it could be a limiting belief. Name it and let's reframe it. All right, I want you to do that. We're going to take away its power and let this community cheer you on. Let's make the comment section a place then where we have cleaning house together. But wait a minute, don't you want to make this piece lasting and your business thriving? Oh yeah, I've got a short answer for you, and that's integrate faith in it. But here, let me give you a little bit more. See, for Christian entrepreneurs, cleaning out the mudroom isn't just self-help. It's an act of worship. It's how we build a business that's not just successful, but sacred. First thing, which is everything. We truly have to make God the CEO of our business. Not just some nice phrasing, not just some nice words, but it's daily surrender. It means bringing every single decision, every marketing plan, every new hire, every financial goal to Him in prayer before you do anything. It means to trusting the vision that He's given you and trusting Him with the results, even when it looks like nothing like you would want or what the world would even call success. When you do this, you stop working from a place of fear and you start working from a place of faith. Number two, you need a supportive, faith-driven community. See, being an entrepreneur, solopreneur means you're going so slow if you ever get there. It can be incredibly lonely. And isolation is where fear and doubt love to hang out. You have to be intentional. Intentionally surround yourself with other entrepreneurs of faith who can offer accountability, encouragement, and wisdom. Find mentors, that's me, who will challenge you and point you back to God's purpose when you feel lost. See, community becomes your support system, reminding you of how far that you have come and helping you to stick with it when you really want to quit. And finally, you can start to see your business as a platform of ministry. That's right. When your own mudroom is clean, you're no longer bogged down by your own stuff. You're free to truly serve. Your focus shifts from what can I get to how can I serve my clients? How can I bless my community? How can I mentor others? Your business becomes a seamless part of your life. It's an expression of your faith where you use your unique God-given gifts to shine for Him. Leadership then becomes less of a title. It's not that important, but it's more about the influence to serve, to inspire, and to create change for God's glory. See that one thing? That unresolved issue hiding in your mental mudroom, it isn't killing your peace. It's not just killing your peace, I should say, and your business. It's really robbing you of the joy and the impact that God has for you. It's keeping you from becoming the leader and the person you were created to be. But it does not have to have the final say. See, the process that we just walked through, that reflecting, that auditing, and that eliminating, it's a quick fix, but it is a path to freedom. It's a choice to stop avoiding the mess and start doing the hard, purifying work of cleaning it out. It's a daily practice of choosing humility over ego, faith over fear, and peace over productivity. When you bravely clear out what's holding you back and realign your heart and business with God's purpose, you create space, space for peace, space for creativity, space for your business to grow, not from a place of striving, but from a place of divine alignment. You can turn your unfinished business into the greatest breakthrough. Start cleaning today. Now, I challenge you to unleash your crown. I challenge you to align, to amplify, and to accelerate your entrepreneurial journey. I want you to go to my website, and I'm going to put the link below to make sure you can do that. It's at ChontaHaynes.com/unleash. I'm Dr. Chonta Haynes, the Destiny Designer. I'm empowering you to walk boldly in identity, to cultivate sustainable impact, and to steward unstoppable success across faith, family, and future generations. I'm helping you ultimately put feet to your faith so that you can walk victoriously. Are you ready? Now we've gone from the garage into the mudroom, but next week we're going to start in the office. Are you ready to enter? Let's go as we continue building a faith-based business, one room at a time. God bless. Have a fantastic rest of your day.